Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is Bayou Breakdown. We're joined as always by Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
Ryan, I'm good, man. Especially better after yesterday's win, but feeling good.
Yeah, I think we're probably one of the few shows that definitively were like the Saints are gonna win. Jameis Winston's gonna be sick, and look at us now. Who would have
Look
thought?
at us now, man. We're on the podium.
Yes, for real. So just give me your thoughts, man. As a Saints fan, how was that game for you yesterday?
I think, man, I enjoyed watching the new and improved Jameis Winston. You can credit it to Sean Payton, you can credit it to Jameis himself, or you can credit it to LASIK. Um, I think
I think all
overall,
three.
man, I think probably all three. I think they all played a part. Man, he just looked like a different quarterback than what we saw in Tampa Bay. And it is kind of what we saw when he was with New Orleans in the couple of stints he had to fill in, like when Breeze went down initially. Any gimmick plays when that was last season, but any gimmick plays when Taysom wasn't playing quarterback when he filled in. Um, and I think he was just a really efficient passer. He didn't really go for anything too deep aside from the sick like 60-yard bomb to
Yes.
Deontay Harris. But man, I think he was really the highlight. I think him and the defense really showed they're licking their chops after that. They're feeling pretty good, and that's kind of the great vibe you want going into week two.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Drew Brees even said it on Sunday Night Football. He's like, that's what this team's been missing for the last few years. And, we all love Drew Brees, but it's true. His
He's
arm
right.
wasn't what
Yeah.
it was, at the end of his career. And Jameis can just bomb it. And I was very impressed. And I was impressed with the Saints defense, too. I mean, obviously, it's
Yeah.
always great when you have a lead. You can kind of, pile on. The other team's trying to throw more. They're going to be more prone to make mistakes. And we saw a very unexpected Aaron Rodgers. I think that's fair to say. I think we all thought,
Yeah.
even if the Saints were going to win, that Aaron Rodgers was going to play well. He did not. What did you see on defense that kind of helped, them play so well against Rodgers?
Dude, he looked awful, and I think that's in part because his O line couldn't hold it together, right? We have a bunch of like our middle linebackers are like putting the pressure on, right? You have a couple of guys, C.J. Gardner Johnson in particular comes to mind, who can pressure the quarterback, right? They come out of coverage and they just flank him from the left or the right, which is especially good because Bakhtiari's out for the Packers and he's on IR, right? So they have that opening over there. They have some guy who isn't used to playing left guard or left tackle, whatever he is. Off that line. So I mean, the defense was electric. I'm happy to see them. Cam Jordan looks like himself. That's
Yes.
always great to see. Quan Alexander is a great partner in as a middle linebacker to my guy Demario Davis, who I love. I think, I mean, I don't know if you saw Marshawn Lattimore leave the field at one point. He left the field, came back, and it was because he was signing a $94 million contract extension. So you love to see
Yeah.
that. I'm cool with that, frankly.
Yes.
And he is definitely a number one corner, so I'm glad to have him locked up for a long time. That was more like good news on top of the good news that was already blowing out the Packers.
Yeah, I wonder if they just had him like docu-signing on a little tablet on the sideline. It's like, you got to get back out there. But yeah, no, hey, good for him. Obviously,
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. Well deserved, though.
of
He's
course.
a really talented player and a big part of the Saints defense. So anyone surprise you on either side of the ball outside of James? Because we all knew James was going to ball out.
He was gonna ball out. There was that rookie corner who I can't even think of his name right now, frankly, but he had the one pick on Rodgers in the red zone, which was looking pretty good. Granted, that was a pretty bad pass by Rodgers. He probably was better off just spiking that, but he was
Yeah, but
definitely
hey,
feeling the
it
pressure.
was the rush that was like
It
really
was right,
forcing that
exactly.
one. Yeah.
You get the defensive ends on the Saints, especially Cam Jordan. Man, they were putting the pressure on all day, and I think that Packers O line was getting tired out, and therefore pushing Rodgers into some tough passes. So I think that's really why he looked as bad as he did. I don't know if the Packers are going to recover from that as quickly. I think that was more of a moral blow than anything.
To just get just eviscerated and to get like get Aaron Rodgers bench going into the fourth, like at that point when it's like, yeah, no, it's over. We're putting
Like, yeah, we
in
gave up.
the kid and we're seeing what he can do in a live game. But yeah, I saw a big thing of first time that Jaguar Stadium has seen good football
I
potentially
know. Yeah, true.
for their home team. So
Yeah.
big shout out, there. And obviously with like New Orleans recovering from Hurricane Ida, this had to be a little bit of a morale boost. And I mean, they're gonna if they play like they played yesterday, they're gonna be right up there in the NFC again.
Dude, I hope so. I don't know if it's enough to dethrone the Patriots, but if they, oops, sorry, not the Patriots,
Yeah,
the Buccaneers. I mean, the
right.
same thing,
It
right?
happens. Yeah, yeah,
It is what it is. Same
yeah.
people. I think Tom Brady, right?
Hmm.
But I mean, if they play like they did yesterday, there certainly is an opportunity for that. A lot could go wrong with either team, though. So there's definitely no lock, I don't think, for the top of the NFC.
Yeah, no, of
Um,
course. And it's one game, all that, but
oh
I
yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
I think if you're a Saints fan, you have to be just thrilled with
Of
how.
course. Here's a really questionable stat too, right? The last time a hurricane hit New Orleans, I think the Saints won the Super Bowl. So I'm thinking
Yeah,
another pretty big hurricane hits, and I'm not foreshadowing anything here, but you never know, right? You never
right,
know.
right. Yeah, I know. Like obviously that first year was rough, where they were playing in like LSU's stadium and stuff.
Right.
But hey, Drew Brees came. It was a new quarterback. You get a new quarterback now. It could be the start of the cycle all over again.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of deja vu here going on. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm really happy for the Saints. I think, as we covered in our preseason like stuff, Jameis Winston. This is like the potential that he had. Obviously, like they
Right.
had some short fields. The defense played really well. He didn't have a ton of yards, but he still put up 5 touchdowns. He had that one bomb. So, yeah. Anything
Yeah.
else you want to touch on before we get on out of here on this episode?
Man, yeah, just real quick, that bomb was nice, but it's not every day you see someone pass for 148 yards and 5 touchdowns, right? That's pretty wild.
It's an
So
efficient
that's
day.
efficient.
Yeah,
Exactly, right. That's the Drew Brees mentorship coming out in him here. So you love to see that.
absolutely. All right, Jack. Where can they find you online?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Jack_Tiernan. I have all the NFL takes. I've got basketball takes. Lots of full sports season stuff coming in swing here.
Yes, football is back. I'm so
I
happy.
know.
So yeah, this has been Bayou Breakdown for Wicked Good Sports. Jack, thank you so much for your time.
Of course, man. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely, and you can follow Jack on Twitter, like you just said. You can follow me on Twitter at the fake BMAR, BMAR. The channel's on Twitter at WG Everything and Wicked Good Sport, as well as Instagram Wicked Good Everything, Twitch, twitch.tv/Wicked Everything, TikTok Wicked Good Everything. We're out there. You can find us. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get that custom URL, and yeah, we'll be here for the football season and then the basketball season, and it's all happening, Jack.
It's all happening. Never stops.
Absolutely not. All right, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one.